Good morning. Tis I, Father Maguire, otherwise known as Phil. I thought I'd give you an update after the last video with regards to the training that I'm doing to become a HGV driver. So I finished my English and Maths, which was a 3-week study, and I started yesterday on customer service. Now, although at the moment I'm not really seeing the link with being a lorry driver, and yeah, I get it, you're going to be in contact with customers, but the questions that are being asked are things like, what's the Consumer Credit Act, what's the Trades Description Act? It's not really been designed with HGV drivers in mind. It's more for those that are probably going to be going into a customer service role, um, with the amount of information that's there in the questions. I've already answered 30 questions and I've only done the first part of it, and I need to ask them something about the last requirement on that section, because I'm not sure what is required. I'm saying too many years as well, by the way. I do apologise for that. I've not scripted this, it's just, off the cuff. So anyway, this course lasts 2 weeks. Then there's a 3-week course on a certificate in customer service, 3 weeks, which, if it's all by what I've seen on the platform that we use to actually do the work, it's already there, because there's 2 sections. There's one which is the awarding customer service, which is the 2-week part, and that's the one that I've completed already, just waiting for a tutor to mark it. And then there's a section underneath that says certificate in customer service, which is obviously the next section. And again, from what I've just had a brief look at the questions, it's nothing to do with lorry driving. So anyway, yesterday I was out walking George and I got a phone call from the lady who kick-started my training in the first place, even back to when I was doing the bookkeeping. And she was asking questions because it was a strange day yesterday. I got an email from a guy at AAT saying, we've received a request for a payment code for you to do this qualification in bookkeeping, which I've already done. I did it 7 weeks ago and I got my certificate yesterday. So, it's like, what's going on? Then I get a phone call from somebody at the college saying, when would you like me to put you in for your exam? And I'm like, what exam? I'm not due to be doing one. And she says, oh, the AAT level 1 in bookkeeping. I'm like, well, I've already done that and passed it. And I actually got my certificate from AAT today. So there's some miscommunication going on there anyway. So I've let the lady who rang me up know about this. And I've also sat here, she said, would you mind sending me an email and list any issues that you've had or problems that you've faced so far? So I thought to myself, yeah, I'll send you an email. I hope it doesn't affect my, chance of being on the course, because I've been quite frank with them. And I actually sat here for an hour. I didn't realise it was that long, for an hour writing an email out about everything that's happened since I started the courses. Now, basically, she explained to me, I've always been trying to figure out why you have to do these courses before you get to the HGV. And I think what they're trying to do, cutting a long story short, is they want to weed out those that are serious about getting their license by making them jump through these hoops, to see who is serious about doing it and who really wants it, because it's an expensive course. In fact, I think it's the most expensive course to do. She said it was something like £2,000. Now, it's a little bit misleading, because towards the bottom of the list of sort of subjects that you're going to have to do, there's one that says logistics, skills in logistics, and there's another one that says driving an HGV. The skills in logistics is 2 weeks. The driving an HGV is 3 weeks. So to me, it looks like the skills in logistics would be probably the CPC training, which you have to do 35 hours classroom training, 2 weeks. And then the practice in HGV is actually going down there and learning all about HGVs and, starting out to drive. And she said, oh no, that's all online. And I'm like, Right, so when are we doing the CPC then? Because I've been told that's part of this course, but you've not, if it's not part of this list of things that's now all online, so 12 weeks of online training before you get anywhere near a lorry, before you do a medical, before you start CPC training, to make you jump through these hoops to make sure you're serious enough to want to do the job for real, to do the training. So I'm waiting to hear from her, to be honest, because it's a bit concerning me. The other thing I found out as well, because it's not stated, is you have to send off for your own taco card, which is 32 quid online. They don't supply this, so that's something you have to do. You would have to obviously send off your driving licence to apply for the lorry classes to be added so you could drive one. That is free if you've already got a photo card licence. I've had a look at that, but again, they've told me not to do it yet, to do it whenever they told me to do it. So I'm a bit concerned because I know there's been a bit of a backlog of the DVLA getting licences back to people. My neighbour, she had to update her photograph, and apparently it was 7 months before she got her licence back. I don't know what was going on there. I mean, I've actually had to update my licence recently, and it took them 2 weeks to send it back to me. So I'm not sure. But I'm a pessimist, so I'm already thinking, you know, if I do pass this and I need to send off, and I'm going to have to wait months for it to come back, you know, how long is it going to be before I actually can pass or can get hold of a lorry and get in there and do some proper training? Because at the minute, yeah, I'm learning stuff that's nothing to do with lorry driving. And this is what I've put in an email to her, plus a lot of it's broken. Some of the questions on Springboard, which is one of the platforms you use to answer on course sections, there's a lot of the things on there you couldn't put an answer to and it wouldn't accept it. And I must have ping-ponged emails back with my tutor 8-9 times saying this doesn't work, that doesn't work. And once I had to actually remind her 4 times about one thing that wouldn't work. And because she was slow in picking that up, it delayed me starting a new course by a week. So I lost a week there. I was quite annoyed about that because I told her 4 times, including verbally at a drop-in session. But anyway, you know, that's unavoidable. The one thing I'm concerned about is I want to get this done. I want to get to the point where I'm driving the lorry because I'm due to have surgery at some point in the next sort of like 3-4 months. I've not had a date set yet, but they said up to 6 months it could be. So I want to get this out of the way so that I don't have to worry about, you know, like basically starting a job as a lorry driver and then taking time off because I've got to go and have surgery. I want to get the lorry driving bit done and then get back to start doing bookkeeping, probably to do level 2 in bookkeeping or doing the accountancy software in the level 1 to while I'm recovering with my hand. You know, I'm able to type with one hand and that, but I can't obviously drive because my arm will be in plaster after the surgery. So that concerns me, and I expressed this to her yesterday. I said it just seems to be a bit of wasting time. But when she said it's, you know, obviously the reason why, like I said, cutting the long story short, was because they want to weed out the people that are serious, you know, the ones that just, you know, thinking, oh, I'll see if I can get my license and not give it much of a toss, won't put a lot of effort in, which I've already seen because one of the English assignments was to do a discussion, and the guy that was brought in with me, one of the other trainees, looked like he was in bed. No word of a lie, he was laid back like this with his arm behind his head. The tutor said to him, do you want to sit up? And he says, no, I'm tired. And he made literally no effort whatsoever, and that's what they're trying to, you know, weed out. So anyway, that's the up-to-date bit of what's been happening. Not a lot else to tell you. I'm baking a cake today. My neighbour asked me to make him a wedding cake. So I've already done 2 parts of it, and I'm doing the last part today, then I'm icing it tomorrow, and the wedding's on Saturday, so fingers crossed everything goes well. But that's about it, folks. I will come back when I've got a little bit more information. There's not really a lot going on with me at the minute. But thank you for being here. Don't forget down there's a subscription button. If you don't already subscribe to the channel, please do, and give us a thumbs up if you would like, if you are enjoying the content. I know it's more about what's going on with me than anything else, but I do appreciate folks spending the time watching the video, and I will keep you more up to date. It might be another week or two. We'll see how things progress. So take care for now, folks, and have a good one. Maguire out.